clear of the entire process.
Meanwhile, earlier today, suspected political thugs attacked TVC News crew covering the Edo State governorship election in Irrua, Esan Central. The 6-man TVC News crew has been taken to the Irrua police station in Esan Central. They were beaten, accused of working as spies, despite identifying themselves as accredited journalists covering the election. TVC News senior correspondent Uche Okoro and senior reporter Ekena Mechi are both in Edo State. They join me now for updates on this development. Ekena, what exactly happened earlier today?
All right, Nifemi. The crew actually left Benin to Irrua this afternoon to get acclimatized in the area ahead of the Saturday's election. And after the rigorous journey, because of the nature of the road to Irrua, we were to lodge into a hotel when some supporters of a political party started questioning us and asking us about our identity, which we actually brandish our ID cards and show them that we are reporters and to cover the election on Saturday. But they actually accused us of being a spy of another political party because of an incident that has happened earlier in the hotel, and that led to an unfriendly situation whereby we were caught up in a feisty kind of a situation where they attacked us and harassed us, took our phones. It took some of their leaders who intervened, and police actually came into the scene, and we were rescued and taken to the police station. And it's quite an unfortunate situation whereby supporters of political parties should be well educated about the role of journalists in the coverage of election. And if they were actually educated, they would know that journalists are supposed to be apolitical, which every journalist covering this Edo election, you know, we are accredited, and of course we are accredited and we are quite apolitical. So it's quite unfortunate that such incident will happen in 2024. So that means leaders of political parties should educate their supporters more about the rules of journalists.
And I quite agree with you. What's the extent of injury suffered by members of the team, and what kind of intervention did the police provide?
All right, injuries in the hits. Some of us slapped some of us, hit us in the head, took our phones, and detained us for some time before one of the leaders they called the police to come and arrest us, kind of question us further, because they feel that we are being on an assignment to spy them, to know what they are doing. And of course, because of an incident there of that happened, they feel that we are part of the opposition party that they are accused in that moment. So we're detained for like an hour before the police came to our rescue, and we were taken to the police station. And even, you know, we are lodged in the hotel, and we have to be evacuated from the hotel, and we are relocated in another place.
Ekena Mechi, live for us in Ekpoma. Glad to see you're safe, and keep safe covering this election. Let's turn to Benin City, where Uche Okoro is standing by. Uche, you don't look like you have been beaten today. Talk to us about the political environment there as we count down to the very few minutes, I think the last 2 hours, as campaigns officially end in Edo State.
Nifemi, I know you're not praying for me to be beaten. I know. We are very good friends. I'm sure that's not your prayer for me. Well, thank God our crew they're out of that very dicey situation. It was quite sensitive at the time. Kudos to the police for stepping in, responding to our distress calls from Edo State, from Lagos State. They swooped into action and got our people safe out. So kudos to them. Thank God our crew is safe. As to the political atmosphere in Edo State, I think what happened to our people there paints for you the perfect picture about how high the stakes are here in Edo State. I mean, we knew that the stakes were high in the last election, but if the stakes were high then, they're even higher now for obvious reasons. But then again, apart from the whole tense situation as per fears of breakdown of law and order, fears of insecurity and all of that, the people, there is this sense of enthusiasm. They seem to be upbeat about the election. There's a lot of awareness about what's going to happen on Saturday. As I mentioned, the stakes are very high. All we can hope for is the fact that the enthusiasm doesn't translate into overzealousness to the point of engaging in electoral violence. But then again, the stakes are very high. The atmosphere is very much heated up. I wouldn't say generally tense. All I'd say is that there seems to be a lot of enthusiasm. People are waiting, are looking forward to casting their vote in Edo State come election day on 21st.
And security operatives are speaking tough. The Chief of Defense Staff was in Benin. We're also hearing from high-ranking police personnel who are promising that they have boots on ground to police this exercise. What can you see for yourself as regards security infrastructure ahead of Saturday?
Security so far appears to be very tight. You would see a lot of, I've observed a lot of stop and search operations ongoing in the gateways into Edo State as well as in the city. I had to make a point of asking someone close to me, is this normal? Is this a normal scenario in Benin where you just have random stop and search? Apart from the conventional established checkpoints where you have their sandbags and makeshift shelters and all of that, you have this very random stop and search team of police officers who are driving unmarked vehicles who just stop along the road or pull over a vehicle, tell occupants to come down and have them searched. I saw quite a lot of that today. So it tells you that the police is trying to prepare, or they're trying to mop up as many criminal elements as they can ahead of election day, anticipating that the more they can keep these people behind bars or in check or identified, the safer election day will be. So that's a point to make. I earlier mentioned that the police has been engaged in a show of force across the city. You have the armored personnel carriers. You have a lot of them trying to show presence in the capital here. Of course, we know that many of them will be deployed to the different local government areas. Also, right now, there's a lot of security personnel also still coming into Edo State. As I speak to you, many of these hotels are still taking in security personnel who are coming in to seek accommodation. So we still have security personnel coming into Edo State as I speak, as at this time, trying to secure accommodation to find a place where they'll pass the night, at least for today, tomorrow, before they move to the different local government areas where they will be deployed. So I would say that the security agencies they are dotting their I's and crossing their T's ahead of Saturday. So we hope that all of this preparation will translate, as I mentioned, into a safer election before, during, and after the casting of votes on election day.
Well, we're counting all of the promises of violence-free exercise by the stakeholders as we count down to Saturday. Stay safe. Uche Okoro live for us in Benin City.